Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. 1923's Season 2 finale massive runtime revealed. 1923's Season 2 finale will have a massive runtime, a new report reveals. Serving as the second major Yellowstone spin-off, the Taylor Sheridan Paramount Plus series first premiered in 2022 before returning for its sophomore outing in February. Unlike Season 1, which featured 8 episodes, 1923 Season 2 is confirmed to only consist of 7, meaning the story for Jacob, Harrison Ford, and Cara Dutton, Helen Mirren, and their family members will end, for now, on Sunday, April 6. TV Insider now reveals new details about the 1923 Season 2 finale, confirming that it is titled A Dream and a Memory, and that it will be close to 2 hours in length. The report also includes a logline for the episode, which previews what is to come for Jacob and some other key characters in the Dutton family and beyond. The report also includes some information about the upcoming episode 6 of 1923 Season 2 set to release on Sunday, March 30, which is called The Mountain Teeth of Monsters. The logline teases a story that focuses on the journeys of Alexandra and Tiana. Those who have kept up with the wider Yellowstone universe will know that the franchise isn't a stranger to elongated finals. The Yellowstone series finale, for example, brought the flagship series to an end in December and was also close to 2 hours in length. This could be a sign that the upcoming 1923 Season 2 finale is being positioned as the end of the show, but it could just as easily be compensating for this season's reduced episode count. 1923 Season 3 hasn't yet been confirmed, but Season 2 has earned glowing reviews from critics, resulting in a rare 100% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Season 2 has also been a major success in terms of viewership, with Paramount Global, via Deadline, revealing earlier this month that the sophomore outings audience is outpacing Season 1 by a whopping 56%. Purely from a numbers perspective, then, it seems likely that the Yellowstone spin-off will continue after its elongated Season 2 finale, at least as long as Ford, Mirren, and other key 1923 cast members want to return. 1923 Season 2, Episode 5, continued some key storylines that could end up playing a role in the finale. The search for Tiana, for example, if it doesn't come to a head in Episode 6, could certainly wrap up in violent fashion in the elongated final episode. Episode 5 ends with Pete, Jeremy Ghana, seemingly meeting his end after a brief gun battle with Marshall Kent, Jamie McShane, and this could serve as some key motivation for Tiana, setting up a potentially violent showdown. 1923 is a show with a large cast of characters, and the elongated runtime will hopefully ensure that each one has their story wrapped up in a satisfying fashion. Tiana's story has been a major focus this season, but a 2-hour runtime should ensure that Jacob, Cara, Alexandra, and Spencer also get plenty of time to shine, especially with some big questions still hanging after Episode 5. It remains to be seen whether 1923 Season 3 will happen, but audiences are evidently in for a feature-length conclusion to this latest outing next month. Get ready to saddle up for one last epic ride, because the 1923 Season 2 finale is not just a conclusion, it's a cinematic event. Paramount Plus has revealed that the final episode of the hit Yellowstone prequel will boast a massive runtime, setting the stage for an emotional, sweeping, and possibly devastating finish to this chapter of the Dutton saga. An epic runtime for an epic story. Fans of 1923 already know that the show doesn't shy away from going big, in scale, emotion, or stakes. But the news that the Season 2 finale will clock in at a whopping 90 minutes has stirred up both excitement and speculation. That's longer than most feature films, and certainly more than your average episode of television. For a series that spans continents, tackles generational trauma, and explores the brutal evolution of the American West, this extended runtime feels like both a reward and a warning, Taylor Sheridan, the mastermind behind Yellowstone, 1883 and 1923, has always treated television like film, emphasizing deep character arcs, lavish cinematography, and layered storytelling. The decision to let the finale run long speaks volumes about what's coming. This isn't just the end of a season, it's the culmination of a legacy. Loose ends and high stakes. By the time Season 2 reaches its final hour, or hour and a half, there are a lot of threads that need tying, and some that might just be left hanging painfully open. Jacob and Cara Dutton, played with aching gravitas by Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren, are weathering the storm of ranch wars, governmental corruption, and family fractures. The survival of the Yellowstone Ranch has never felt more precarious, and their fates feel intertwined with the fate of the land itself. Meanwhile, across the ocean, Spencer Dutton has faced a perilous journey through Africa and Europe to get back to Montana and to Alexandra. Their romance has become one of the show's most compelling through lines, filled with heartbreak, hope, and long-distance longing. With an extra-long finale, fans are hoping for some kind of resolution. Will Spencer finally come home? Will Alexandra make it with him, or at all? And then there's Tiona Rainwater, whose harrowing escape from a Catholic boarding school remains one of the show's most powerful storylines. Her survival has been a quiet act of rebellion and strength, and the finale may offer her long-overdue justice or further tragedy. A cinematic send-off. The extended runtime hints that 1923 won't just tie up character arcs, it's likely building toward a major thematic payoff. The show has always existed in the shadow of its predecessors and successors, from 1883 to Yellowstone. Now, it has the chance to fully carve out its own legacy. With the longer episode, Sheridan and his team have the space to let the story breathe, to give each character a meaningful conclusion or cliffhanger, to let battles unfold in real time, and to honor the harsh, beautiful world they've created. Early reports suggest that the finale will feature multiple locations, intricate character crossovers, and some of the most intense sequences the series has ever attempted. There's talk of shootouts, betrayals, reunions, and yes, maybe even deaths. Why the extra time matters. In a world of bingeable series and disposable finales, 1923 choosing to go long is a bold move. It reflects the show's respect for its audience and its story. Sheridan is giving us time to sit with these characters one last time, to feel the weight of their choices, and to experience the pain and poetry of their journey. It's also a statement of prestige. By making the finale longer than a standard episode, and promoting it that way, Paramount Plus is signaling that 1923 isn't just a show. It's an event. This is appointment viewing. Something to be talked about, remembered, and perhaps even cried over. Fan theories. What could go down? Of course, with a runtime that hefty, fan speculation has gone into overdrive. Will we see a flash-forward that links 1923 more directly to Yellowstone? Will the Duttons lose the ranch, or win it at a cost? Could Jacob die? Could Cara? Some fans believe the extra time will be used to introduce new characters or settings for potential spin-offs. Others are convinced that the finale will be Spencer-centric, finally reuniting the fractured Dutton family in a crescendo of violence, emotion, and destiny. And for those who followed Tiona's storyline closely, there's hope that the finale will mark a turning point not just for her, but for her people, setting the stage for future stories involving the Rainwater family. What this means for the future of the Duttonverse, with Yellowstone preparing to wrap its own final season, and spin-offs like 1944 and 6666 on the horizon, 1923's long finale could serve as both a satisfying conclusion and a narrative bridge. We might not get all the answers, but we're likely to see seeds planted for the next generation of drama, survival, and Western myth-making. And let's not forget, Sheridan isn't afraid to take big swings. If the finale is as bold and brutal as rumored, it might just go down in history as one of the great TV endings. Sprawling, heart-wrenching, and unforgettably human. Get ready for the ride. So mark your calendars, stock up on tissues, and maybe pour a stiff drink, because the 1923 Season 2 finale is shaping up to be a game-changer. With 90 minutes of frontier firepower, emotional reunions, and legacy-defining moments, it's going to be more than just a TV episode. It's the end of an era, or perhaps the beginning of a new one. Whatever happens, one thing's for sure, this isn't a show that goes quietly. And with that massive runtime, it's going to go out with a bang.